Are you looking to find somewhere to camp these days? Now we're probably not going to be overseas for a while. It's a perfect time to start exploring our own backyard. Now I want to share with you in this series campgrounds along the way to help you make your decision on where to travel. I'm here at Stringybark Creek Camp Reserve. Where is Stringybark Creek Campground situated? Well, it is right next to the Stringybark Creek Historic Reserve and the Kelly Tree, which is only a short walk that way. Campground, it's about 52 kilometres away from Benalla in the northeast of Victoria, about 26 kilometres or 25 kilometres from the little town of Tatong. It's only a short drive. I'm not sure of the kilometres from Tolmi or Mansfield, but it's not too far away from there, probably about halfway between Benalla and Mansfield. Talk about access into the grounds. Coming from Benalla Way, you follow the bitumen road. Now it does end up running into a dirt road. Once it gets to the dirt road, it can be quite windy. So you do need to be aware of that. Log trucks do use the road and the area as well, so that's another thing you need to be careful of. I have been up here when it was quite wet and some areas of the road were quite muddy, although it is fairly well maintained considering log trucks are regularly using it. From the Mansfield end, it's a fairly basic drive out to Tolmi, and once you get to Tolmi, it's then bitumen all the way back to Mansfield. About the campground itself, there are multiple campsites in this area. So you can set up from over in one corner and still have plenty of room between you and your mates, or if you want to get away from them, or neighbours and other campers in the area. Access is quite accessible for caravans as well, so you're not just restricted to a four-wheel drive. Two-wheel drives regularly come up here, so it's not just four-wheel drives and swag camping that this suits. Each campsite has wooden table and chairs, a formed campsite and campfire place. They have the cook plates or hot plates with hanging hooks, so you can do all your cooking on top of the fire, as well as hang your camp ovens, your billies and whatnot above the fire with the hanging hook. The grounds themselves are well maintained, lots of area. The authorities, parks, well, they do a good job at maintaining the camp spots. And it's actually, considering how many people do get up here, you can have quite a lot of privacy. There's lots of trees that segregate the little camps. So even though you may be reasonably close to another campsite, you still have plenty of privacy from those campers. There is a toilet block. Now that long drop or drop toilet, however you want to describe it, it is kept really nice and clean. It's fairly new, fairly fresh, so it's been looked after. There is no running water here, although there is a little creek halfway between the campsite and the Kelly Tree Historic Grounds just across behind us. So there is a small creek there, but if you are chasing fresh water, you may need to head back down the road, back towards Benalla or Tatong, down to Germans Creek to find some water in the creek there. Otherwise, it's best to make sure that you do bring your own supply of water with you. What is there to do around Stringybark Creek? Well, like I said before, we've got the Kelly Tree Walk and Historical area just over behind us. And it's a short walk across. There's a formed walkway that heads across there so that you can go and check out the Kelly Tree Walk and the Police Walk loop around and all the work that's been done over there. So you don't have to even get in the cars and drive over. Other things that you can do in this area, there is lots of four-wheel driving around. You have the small historic towns of Tadong and Tolmi, not far away. Down not far away either, across the Germans Creek, there is an old historic gravesite which is a little bit of history and a plaque there describing what happened and why there's this gravesite in the middle of the bush up here. Hunters also do come up around this whole area, so it's popular for hunting, four-wheel driving, dirt bike riding, even horse riders come up here, so we do have quite a lot of different users. Communication. Well, mobile phone reception is out here. We are in the middle of the bush, so there is no phone reception up here. The best time of year to come? Well, in my opinion, it's probably spring, autumn, I really think. Summer it can get quite hot up here and dries out quite a bit, so I'd probably suggest, maybe not so much the summer times, although, it's still quite a nice spot up here, but there really isn't the freshwater, the running creeks right next to it that you can go and jump in and cool off. It does get quite cold in winter. I've been up here in winter and the frosts and the it just gets icy cold, so even winter can get quite cold, so you need to be quite a hardy camper to camp here in winter because you are in the high country. It snows up here in winter, so that's just an indication of how cold it can get. Lots of things to do and see around here, and I really recommend that you should put it on your bucket list of campsites to at least come and visit and spend a night or two up here.
Consider subscribing to our channel for more great videos to help you discover and create your own adventure.